Most entrepreneurs are trying to focus on their work completely backwards. They spend all their mornings drinking as much coffee as possible, trying to find the best focused music, but they still feel something is missing. A system they can rely on to do the work effortlessly and reach flow state. Because I was in the exact same position until I realized instead of trying all these terrible productivity hacks, I should just focus on the 2 to 3 that move the needle the most. And these are the secret productivity hacks barely anyone knows about, you won't find on any other YouTube video. Because 2 years ago in my old business, I would try to find every single productivity hack. I would look for the best Notion template, and all this will do is make me less focused, it will make me more overwhelmed, and I would just obsess over improving my productivity instead of actually improving it. And so just before I reveal these 3 secret productivity hacks, the same ones I've given to 50 plus entrepreneurs to enter flow state for 8 plus hours a day, you need to understand productivity isn't about adding, it's about reducing. And as efficient as these hacks are, allowing me to enter flow state for 8 plus hours a day for the past 30 days every single day, if you fundamentally lack the ability to focus, they will not work for you. These are like the decorations. Your focus, your ability to focus is like the fundamental. And so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get straight into the first one. The first one is probably the most controversial on this list, but I had to put it first because it's so effective, and it's intermittent fasting, or OMAD. Intermittent fasting is when you don't eat your first meal, no breakfast, until like midday, like 12 p.m, 1 p.m, right? OMAD is when you only eat one meal in the day, which is a giant meal, right? I don't really do that myself. I do intermittent fasting. But you see, in my first few years in business, I'll get up, I would instantly eat breakfast. I would eat this big bowl of chocolate cereal, and then I would try to focus on my business work. And it was so strange because every single time I woke up, I was so energized. I'd optimized my sleep beforehand, and so I'd wake up, eat this meal, and would literally go back to bed straight away just because I couldn't stay awake. And that's because the truth is, your food is your energy source. It's what allows you to focus. And if you have terrible food that you digest, then of course your brain is going to live off terrible energy and produce terrible focus. And this is why I remove my breakfast, and of course I still eat the same amount of calories but later in the day. I have my first meal at 1 p.m. every single day. I do all my focused hours from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and literally that's all I need to do for work. And of course I continue working after that point. But I fundamentally know that when I actually eat this first meal, I'm going to drop in focus. Okay? And you may not believe me right now, and if you don't, well, all I can tell you is please just try this tomorrow. Don't eat any food when you wake up. Just try to get to work as soon as you wake up by 12 p.m, 1 p.m, eat your first meal, and I guarantee your focus, your life will change. And by the way, if you are a young entrepreneur watching this and you want to be able to get into a flow state for 8 plus hours a day and completely blow up your business, click the first link in the description to join my free community. And now fasting is great, but without optimizing your breaks, you will still feel unfocused during your work hours, and it will feel like an uphill battle trying to get through that big to-do list of yours. See, so many times in the day where I was working on my old business model, I would instantly be focused, right? I would start my day off being super productive. I would do 2 hours of focused work. I wouldn't get distracted once. I would think to myself, maybe this productivity hack actually worked. Maybe eat the frog actually worked. And then I would actually take my first break and everything would fall apart. And it was until I followed this 3-step break system, this is everything I do in my breaks that I've given to 50 plus entrepreneurs, that it changed every one of their lives and including mine. All you need to do is do something unstimulating you enjoy, focus breathwork or box breathing for 2 minutes, and set a break timer. Now, something you enjoy which is stimulating, it activates your reward system. It associates the hard work you do with a reward, and so every single time you want that reward, you want to do your work first. Focus breathwork, this releases norepinephrine and dopamine inside the brain, which is 2 focus chemicals for flow state. And setting a break timer gives you structure. It tells you when to actually get back to work, and so you don't go overboard with your break time. And so once you understand, these aren't randomly put together. These are fundamental tactics you can use in your break that completely transform your focus, allow you to enter flow state just like you did in the morning before. Because the truth is, you do not lose focus in your work sessions, you lose it when you enter your breaks. You go on your phone, you eat this big pile of food that is just terrible for your focus. And that's why it feels so hard to actually get back to work. And now finally, and to be honest, the most important hack on this list is a secret time blocking app barely anyone, no entrepreneur uses or speaks about. And once you get your hands on this, I guarantee you will never have a focus problem again. You can simply stop watching my channel if you want to. It's an app called Rise, not to confuse it with the sleep app you found on your phone. As soon as I started using it, my focus tripled. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link to this app in the description. And what it will say when you install it, it will say the premium version, you need to get it, right? I only use the free version, so you don't actually need to get it. But if you go to focus, then focus timer, start a session. And this is how you want to do your deep work. Every single time you go into a focus session, you want to do your deep work, start one of these timers. And then the same thing is with your breaks. Every single time you want to go into a break, just start the break timer and just follow the timer. On the top right of the screen or wherever you put it, it will show the time you've got left. And basically this gives you this urgency to keep on working. It activates your fight or flight response, which makes you keep focused. And what happens also, which is great about the software, is whenever you get distracted, you load up YouTube, it locks the screen and stops you from actually using it until you get back to work. So these are the 3 productivity hacks that completely changed my life. And by the way, like I said at the start of the video, if you're a young entrepreneur who wants to get into a flow state for 8+ hours a day, completely blow up your business, click the first link in the description to join my free community where I can help you one-to-one. Okay? Have an amazing day. Peace.